Alrighty, Sky News Australia, Spain in chaos as locals fight back after migrant gangs violently attack innocent people. Alrighty, I'll throw the video in and take it from there.
The streets of Spain have devolved into chaos. Yes, the middle of summer should be heaven in Spain, but not this year. Locals are being terrorised by migrant gangs with reports of random acts of violence towards innocent local members of the community.
Just like the rest of Western Europe, in my opinion anyway. And of course, when the natives start doing something about it, guess what happens? The police crack down on the natives.
The chaos started when an elderly local Spanish man was brutally beaten out of nowhere in Torre Pachato by a North African gang.
That's when you know you have serious problems. You have a migrant gang that's literally targeting the weakest members of your society. Next, they'll be targeting children if they aren't already. In nature, predators often go after the weakest members of the herd. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
This show of thuggery sparked outrage in the community, leading to a weekend of wild clashes between locals and migrant groups. This Spanish commentator was outraged by the scene, saying, "This is happening in Murcia, Spain. Hundreds of armed migrants are attacking Spaniards just for being Spaniards. How are they not deported by now?"
Alright, how are they not deported? Well, let's see here. Corporate wants cheap labor, replacement labor, because Western women aren't having enough kids. And 3, they want diversity, which is code for less natives, because natives tend to be very homogenous, tend to stand up for one another. Just look at what's happening now. Migrant gang assaults an elderly man, and now the Spanish natives are standing up for that man. That's homogeny. That's unity. Corporate doesn't want that. So if you bring in diversity, another word for diversity is division or divide. Divide and conquer. Conquering is a form of control. So divide and control.
And it didn't stop there. This commentator is blasting the media for their lack of coverage on the issue, saying, "Chaos in Spain. Reports of gangs of foreigners have been attacking people on the streets. Spanish people have gathered on the streets to stop the attacks. Why isn't this on the news?"
Why is the media not covering this? Simple. You have native white Europeans standing up against immigration, which is literally genocide for the native population, because they're being replaced. You have gangs attacking elderly people, rape, murder, etc. How is that not a genocide? So why would the media talk about it? Like, how would they be able to talk about it? The only thing they'll be able to say is white people bad, or they're racy or something. But white people have been called racist for so long that it's lost its meaning. To me, it has anyway.
The clashes also have a religious undertone, with many blaming the Muslim background of the immigrants for the chaos. This commentator shared footage of a religious march in the streets of Barcelona. He said, "Military-aged Muslim men take over streets in Spain to show the citizens they are taking control. It is intimidation designed to silence dissent."
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Now, why are they military-aged men? Easy. They're prime young workforce, i.e. replacement workers and cheap labor. Probably housed by the government and fed by the government, i.e. taxpayers. You go back a few hundred years, things like this would have been classified as an invasion. But now, it's called cultural enrichment, diversity.
But these locals had enough and began chanting in defense of Christianity, saying Spain is Christian, not Muslim.
España cristiana y no musulmana. España cristiana y no musulmana.
The saddest thing about Spain, it took the Spanish like 800 years to kick out the Muslims, only for what? Corporate politicians to let them right back in. That's a great way to spit on your ancestors.
And again on the streets with larger protest groups gathering to reclaim their country. And all of this chaos is leading some commentators and locals alike to question the need for so much migration.
Why do you need so much migration? Well, 3 reasons. 1, corporate tricked women into the workforce. What happened? Birth rate tanked. So, you need migration. 2, a lot of those migrants probably don't even work. Government lets them in hoping they'll work, but they don't. So the government has to compensate by bringing in even more. That's how I see it anyway. 3, because of all the migrant gangs and the violence that comes with it, a lot of the natives are leaving. So the government has to compensate yet again by bringing in even more people.
So you now have ethnic conflict within Spain because of immigration. Immigrants came in, attacked an old man for no reason, Spaniards retaliated, and now the migrants are ganging up to attack Spaniards. And this is supposed to be good for the country. House prices increase, quality of life goes down, wages stay low, social capital goes down, there's ethnic conflict, trust in community goes down, community involvement goes down. But yeah, immigration.
When that guy read off all that stuff, that's horrible for the natives. But you know what? Corporate might like that.
Clashed with pro-Spain protesters outside a migrant centre in Madrid after angry demonstrators took to the area following accusations of a Malian man raping a Spanish woman. This commentator applauded the rebellion, saying it's about time. Push back before it's too late.
Push back before it's too late. What does that mean? It means when the native population becomes the minority, it's too late. And the way things are going, it won't be too long before it's too late. And another thing that has to be considered, how many Spanish people are so brainwashed with the whole mud diversity that they won't even stand with their fellow Spaniards to defend their ethnic group, their diversity, and their people. I wouldn't be surprised if half the native population is brainwashed. Well, that's it for my thoughts on this video. Take care out there in Clown World.